Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fruitful Trees. And we finally got on here with Julian Lara from Lara Farms in Homestead. Many of you that are watching already know him. For those of you that are watching for the first time, Julian has Lara Farms that his father started many years ago in Homestead, and they have old tropical fruit trees that are just thriving, and he puts new fruit trees in as well. I've made a good amount of videos there. And he ships fruit in the mail. He ships trees in the mail, and just so much a great selection on his website. And I do want to say before he answers these questions, if you have questions, put them in the side chat. Well, we're only going to be about an hour tonight, so we'll answer as many as we can. And that when I'm looking for something, I'm going to use black sapote, for example. I didn't know there was more than one variety until I went to his website. And not only does he say there's more than one, he has the different varieties, so it's you go to the average place, I'd say 99% of the nurseries out there, they have the fruit, but they just have the fruit. They don't even have a name for the fruit. They don't even know what the variety they have is. But not only does he know the variety, but he has several varieties of all of these different fruits. To me as a grower, that's absolutely amazing. The other thing is, if you happen to get to his farm, you could taste some of the fruit before you actually buy a tree, which is pretty amazing. Or you can mail or get it in the mail, the actual fruit before you're getting it. So just so many great advantages. This is Julian Lara from Lara Farms. Hi, Julian. How you doing?
Good, good. Nice to be here.
Great, great. Well, thank you for being here. We have a bunch of questions in the side chat. I will read the question, and he'll take as short or as long as he wants, but we're going to be on for an hour, and some great questions. Keep them coming. And after this video, the side chat, I don't know if the side chat's going to stay, but if you have more questions, post them below the video so we can do a follow-up, or when I go down there, we can talk about them in person, these questions. And please share this videos with others. And right now, invite other people. Let them know we're on right now. Post this to Facebook. Let them know we're on right now so people don't miss this. All right. So the first question we have. Anything you want to say, Julian, before we get started?
It's Mango Mania, as you may have noticed already. It's coming down hard. The mangoes are dripping. They're sweet, although we had a lot of heavy rain, and we've been really, really pleased with the production, and I'm shipping them out for all the pre-orders that people have made a couple of weeks ago, and I think everybody's going to be happy. So, and I'm already seeing on Facebook everybody posting their mangoes and bragging how beautiful their Angie and how good their Glen looks, and this another one with lemon zest. Behold the Maha Chinook, and it's just amazing. I love seeing it.
Is there any mango you tasted this year so far for the first time?
For the first time, tasting a new mango for the first. Oh yeah, I have. Juicy peach.
Juicy peach.
Yeah,
it's like a juicy peach cobbler, right?
Well, there's peach cobbler and juicy peach. It's two different.
Yeah. There you go. I know, yeah. but the juicy peach to me tasted like a peach cobbler with more juice.
Yeah, it's very good. It was very pleasant, and the texture and everything was just really nice. It reminds me a lot of Timor.
Okay.
The Egyptian Timor, which is this one right here. I brought it over as a little prop. The Timor mango. This one tastes like you opened up a can of peaches and drink the syrup and eat the peaches inside it, and it's fiberless. Let me tell you, this is one of my top 5 favorite mangoes, Timor, and they're just perfect. And everyone who comes to this farm, I make sure they get a slice to try it, and everybody tells it's the best mango they ever had in their life. But they don't know about the other ones. There's a lot of, there's a lot of lemon meringue, for example, fabulous, like great mango. But this is up there. Not a lot of people know about it. Everybody that comes here, I let them try a slice because it's something that has to be that has to be out there.
Do you have enough to ship them in the mail?
Yeah, I think I already shipped out quite a few in the pre-order. And right now, I'm fulfilling all the pre-orders. And soon as I'm done with shipping everything out, which will probably be next week, I will reassess everything that I have left and start making mixed boxes. And I'm probably gonna have about 3 choices to pick. You know, probably have like 4 or 5. I have a list of maybe like 5 to 8 varieties that could possibly be in this one mixed box, and there'll be mixed box number 2 choices, mixed box number 3 choices, and play it like that.
Okay, great, great. Well, we're gonna get started with the questions, but that's why people are here tonight. Now, if you could raise your phone a little because your top of your head's getting cut off, just raise it or
Oh,
drop it.
it's,
Lower your
it's
seat or raise your phone, either one. Yeah,
yeah. Let me lower my seat.
there you go. All righty. Perfect, perfect. So this first question tonight is, what do we know about dwarf rootstock? I actually just made a video about this. I was at Zill's.
You
but
know,
what
I
do you-
saw
what do
that
you know?
video. I saw that video, and I was really, really impressed. I was talking to a friend of mine today about it, and you know, he was telling me that it doesn't work for every single mango. The inside source that talked to one of the workers, but it works for some mangoes. It works. It doesn't work for others, from what I hear, and it has it's a very slow grower, and it's hard to get the tree to grow since it dwarfs the tree so much. I don't know how long it takes. It could take years for it to look good in a 15-gallon pot. But I don't really know much about it, but it sounds amazing that there's a rootstock that can dwarf. First thing I asked was, can we dwarf a Valencia Pride? That would be amazing if we can dwarf Valencia Pride. If that's possible, then think we have something. So I mean, I wish them the best. I think that program is amazing, but I'm sure there's a lot of work still to be done.
They're doing a lot of experimenting on Kerry, and I saw a bunch of Kerrys there on that rootstock, and they didn't look that big, and they said, "Oh, that tree is like many years old," and I'm like, "Wow!" And it was so small. So, but there were mangoes on it, so that's pretty cool. So, on the same kind of question, the next guy asks, the same person asks, "Will Piva slow down Carla, Jakarta lemon, and lemon meringue?"
Yeah, I would love to be able to graft vigorous growing trees like Valencia Pride and lemon zest that are massive trees, and grafted on a piva or in the H rootstock, whatever that may be, and see what happens. I'm sure Mr. Zill is experimenting on stuff like that right now as we speak. And if that could be achieved, that will be the way for many growers, mango growers all over the country, not just here in Miami, but in Georgia, Minnesota, California, New York. Put it out in the patio, bring it inside the house during the winter, put a UV light on it, and you're good. And you can have mangoes in your house. Because it's a small tree, and I'm sure there's a lot of care that goes with it. But once you know the proper care, you're going to be fine.
Sure. Okay. And the next question is, thank you for those questions, everybody, is Julian interested in any affiliate marketing services or commission only sales? I'd love to support his farm and expand his market.
Say that first part again.
Are you interested in any affiliate marketing services or commission only sales?
Oh, affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing.
I could tell you more about that when I see you if you are, but it's yeah, I guess by his reaction, he's interested to open to hearing it.
Well, that's just a really elegant way of saying, will I sell wholesale?
No, not at all. That's not that way. No, that's not at all.
We'll talk about it. It sounds interesting.
I'll fill you in on it and we'll get back to you, but that's a great question and a great idea. So, okay. So we, now, Triple X Lex, he has a good amount of questions and he's a good subscriber here. He says, can you graft Canistel onto anything in, Sapote's family.
And the Sapotaceae family.
Yes.
You can graft it on Mamey. You can graft it on green Sapote. I don't know about anything else. I don't think you can graft it on star apple. But you could maybe graft it on Lukma, maybe. But that's about it. You know, something that Richard Campbell taught me about 20 years ago is inverted grafting. Ever heard of inverted grafting? Okay. Inverting grafting, what it does, it slows down the growth of certain plants like Mamey, Canistel. And what he would do, and I tried it myself, is you plant a seed, okay, like a Mamey seed, and as soon as that taproot grows, and it's a good maybe 4 inches long, you pluck it out like a carrot. It could be Mamey or Canistel. You pluck it out like a carrot, and then you flip it upside down. You flip the seed upside down with the taproot up, right? Cut it, capitate it, and you leave all the webby roots underneath it, and you do a cleft right on the taproot, and you insert your root, your scion, your Mamey scion, could be Key West, for example, or Magaño, and plant it upside down with the taproot up and your scion above ground, and you cover it back up, cover up whatever roots, and you let it recover and root out again upside down. And then the scion grows on the taproot, and it grows into a tree on the taproot. And he showed me, you know, plants maybe about this big, give or take, full of flowers, because it also makes it precocious. It makes it flower right away. And I thought that was really interesting. And I tried it myself, and it did work very well with Canistel and Mamey. And I tried it on a jackfruit also, on the taproot of a jackfruit, and it worked too. I tried doing it with mango, but the mango taproot is very, very skinny, very, very thin on most cases. There's always an exception. But, you know, I haven't really looked into it since way back then. And whatever trees I had left over, I sold. So I have no, those are like gone with the wind. So I thought that was really interesting.
Very cool. Very cool. Lex is also asking, can you graft Adamoya or sugar apple onto Soursop or anything vice versa?
I don't know. Soursop has surprised me because I never thought you can graft Ilama on Soursop. And forgot what other, something else somebody mentioned that they grafted on Soursop, and I was really surprised. So it's more compatible than I thought. But
I don't know how true it is, but if you go on YouTube, there's like all these videos from India of people doing it, like grafting a bunch of stuff on Soursop.
Like what else? Like what else? Well, like what are they grafting on Soursop?
They're doing the Adamoyas, the sugar apples, everything this person's asking. But these are videos, you know,
right?
YouTube, so who knows?
Yeah, it could be just for the camera.
Yeah,
could be fake.
So you're not sure is your answer, but you wouldn't be surprised if you could.
Well, I heard the llama can be grafted on Soursop and on mountain Soursop on certain varieties.
Okay, another question is I want to thank Julian for my box of Pimsing Mun I received yesterday from my wife. Reminder, what is the different types of Ruby Supreme guava? The two different types of Ruby Supreme guava. What is the two different types?
I know exactly what he's talking about. There's two kinds. There's the Ruby X Supreme, because it's a hybrid between the Ruby guava and the Supreme guava. So they made a hybrid, and they planted over 2,000 seeds, and they selected two. And the two that they selected were called 629, which is the larger Ruby Supreme. And then the other selection was 1030, 1030. And that's the one that I grow, that my dad selected for the farm, because it's naturally resistant to the worms. The 629 is not so resistant, but it's a larger guava, and it's an excellent quality guava, but it's not totally resistant like the 1030.
Okay. We're going to move along in the questions. Thank you. It says, Lex also says, what about, should I worry about the variety of Canistel, about the size? If not, what variety tastes best? I want to grow in my front yard and maybe graft more varieties onto it if possible.
Yeah, you can probably do it with some buddy tapes, do a little cleft graft on some terminal branches, and wrap it with some buddy tape like a mummy, and that'll probably work. But a good one, I mean, does he want a big one? He wants a tree that doesn't get big? Is that what
He
he's saying?
said, should I worry about the size when picking a variety of Canistel?
You know, I think eventually they all become a big tree. After 20, 30 years, they're going to be a massive tree. Not massive, but like a formidable size tree. But the good news is you can just, you know, get a chainsaw and cut it in half. And it was, I mean, what I do, I just cut the thickest, straightest branch on the tree, and I leave everything else so it can continue to function and make fruit. But that's not going to be until like years from now when you plant a tree.
Sure. What is the best tasting jackfruit? More on the dwarf side.
Cochin.
Cochin.
Cochin. On the dwarf side, the trees on the dwarf side, and the fruits, it's like crunchy and soft at the same time. It's like cotton candy. It's melting in your mouth. I made a video last year of harvesting, well, not harvesting, but like, you know, cleaning out a Cochin jackfruit, and it's the easiest job in the world. Because, you know, there's two kinds of jackfruits. There's easy peel and non-easy peel, like J31. That one is not easy to get into, but it's a great jackfruit. If you can get into it, man, that's one of the best tasting crunchy jackfruits out there. But if you want an easy peel like a Champadek, you need the Cochin, you need the China, you need the Banana Crunch, and you need the Golden Nugget.
Are those dwarf? Those aren't dwarf, right?
No, Cochin. That's the only one that's really, and another one called Honey Gold that they're dwarfing. But Cochin, yeah, that's the winner.
Okay. We got another question on jackfruit, but your camera's cutting off your top head again. So you're either close up again or raise your phone up. So do you have a jackfruit called Lara Round?
No.
Okay. What's your favorite jackfruit?
Favorite jackfruit? I think the China, really.
Absolutely 100% my favorite one. 100%. By far. It's amazing.
It used to be Golden Nugget for a long time, until I had, I just overlooked China for some reason all these years, and I had it last year and it just blew me away. I was like, wow, this is it. This is number one.
Yeah, and such a unique smell. It's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Another question. Which is the month to stop feeding nitrogen to mango trees to start feeding potassium for the next season?
To stop feeding mangoes nitrogen?
Yeah.
Mangoes don't need nitrogen. So you don't have to feed nitrogen at all to mangoes. Mangoes are very efficient at finding nitrogen on their own. So you don't have to give them nitrogen. You can give them potassium after you harvest the fruit. You can give them iron. You can give them trace elements like manganese, zinc, magnesium. There's a really good fertilizer that they sell here locally. That's called 0022. And it's a granular, and you can apply it on like 1 tablespoon per every foot of height the tree has. And you can just top dress the tree with that. And if you want to spoil it even more, buy some Sequestrain 138 iron. And that's a ½ tablespoon per gallon of water. You can drench the roots with that every 3 or 4 months.
Okay. Another question is, somebody says Sam says he's enjoying your some Glen mangoes from Lara Farms tonight. And what variety of Sapodilla would you recommend for Central Florida?
You know, I had a butterscotch not too long ago at a friend's house, and it left a butterscotch aftertaste in my mouth for a long time. It was pleasant. It was just amazing. It was big. Love that Sapodilla. That is just a great find. But at the end of the day, with Sapodillas, it's almost like with these varieties, with Tikal gives you fruit multiple times a year. I think that may be the only one that does that. Morena, Molix, Cassia, Silas Woods, Macaque. Let me tell you, it's pretty much eeny, meeny, miny, mo with these. And maybe Macaque, because Macaque is a little bit on the small side, but it's a eeny, meeny, miny, mo situation with Sapodilla. They're all excellent. These are selections. The ones that I just mentioned, these are all selections that, you know, were chosen for their, you know, exceptionalism. So butterscotch, top of the list. The rest, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
And and they do fine in Central Florida?
I think they do fine in Central Florida. You know, the older the tree is, the bigger the trunk the tree is, the more cold hardy it is.
Okay. Okay. So Matt says, besides Pickering, what's a very good mango to keep in a container?
You know, I think when I think of mangoes in a container, I think about it like a shark in a fish tank. They don't grow. They stay small. Even a Valencia Pride in a pot will stay small, but it will never be small like a Pickering or an ice cream or a Julian or a Dwarf Hawaiian, or, you know, which are truly dwarf trees. Now, in the ground, in 20, 30 years, they're going to be a massive tree eventually, but it's not going to be, you know, it's going to be small compared to a Valencia Pride the same age. But if you keep it in a pot, it's going to stay smaller. Even if you keep it in a pot for 30 years, it's going to stay smaller than a field-grown tree, always.
Okay. Is there a type of plum that can grow and bear fruit in the tropics?
Wow, I love that question. It's called Governor's Plum. Governor's Plum tastes to me like a supermarket plum, but only a little bit smaller. They're about this big. And I let everybody try it. So if I have some on the tree, I always tell people to, if they ever tried it, if they ever heard of Governor's Plum, it's always no. And, you know, they're just very pleased with it. And I have a really good one. I have a really good cultivar growing here that was gifted to me by Maurice Kahn. And Maurice Kahn used to be president of the Rare Fruit Council for many, many years. He's a good friend of mine, a good friend of my dad's. And he gifted me a thornless, jumbo size Governor's Plum, because they're usually very thorny. But that's the closest we'll ever get to having a plum similar to the types we see in the supermarket. And they call it roly plum in other countries. It's very common in Guyana, in South America, because it's originally from India. And over there they call it Psidium, because it's from the same family as guava. I guess that's why. Or roly plum, because you have to roll it to soften it up. The skin is too astringent, so you really soften it up, and the stringency goes away. Just pop it in your mouth. I eat it with the seeds and everything.
Very cool, very cool. Another question here is, what is the new Denise avocado like on your website?
Okay, Denise Avocado, it's one from California. Have very little information on. As soon as I find out more about it, I'll post it. But it's apparently a really popular avocado in California. And there's another one called Carmen, and there's also What was the other one? Lamb Haas.
Is it Carmen, Haas Carmen?
I don't think so. I think it's just Carmen.
Okay.
And these are varieties that are collected at the University of Florida's Research Center in Homestead. And I just happened to come across, and I have a friend from California that was very familiar with the Denise, and he told me that it was a great avocado. So I just decided to get some budwood, grafted it, and put it on the website for the hell of it, see if anybody is familiar with it. But I did find another avocado back in mid-May, black skin, okay, black to purple skin, and very good flavor, nice and rich and nutty. I mean, because this time of the year, the only thing that's available is Donny, and Donny right now at this time of the year is very, very watery. And this one is not. This one is just amazing. I posted it on my Facebook, posted some pictures, and I got a lot of response. It was very interesting. And I'll let you know that I found a Ronnie avocado, May 23rd, on the ground. And it was knocked down. It was probably the last avocado on the tree, but it was knocked down by a critter. It was eaten up a little bit. So Ronnie is super, super late if they're left on the tree. So, and I also posted a picture of that too on my Facebook. So ultra late avocados or early, because these avocados that have the avocado, the other black one, it's kind of like a pear shape, large pear shape, about this big. That one was starting to ripen now. It was green when I picked it. Okay. So it's a early, super, super early avocado, opposed to the Ronnie, which is super, super late, because that one turned black probably months ago, like a month ago, on the tree.
Okay. What are your top 5 of the Zill mango project?
Top 5 of the Zill mango project.
By the way, while he's thinking of that, we just did a video recently talking about this with our friend Bobby about our top mangoes. So check that out in my videos. And I also posted, and I'm going to post again, the link here to LaraFarmsMiami.com if you want to check out all the different varieties of fruit trees and see what fruit's available in season right now for sale on his website. I'll post a link here, but it's LaraFarmsMiami.com. All right, your top 5 mangoes from the Zill product.
Number five would be Sunrise. Number 4 would be Orange Essence. 3 Little Gem.
Really? Wow.
2 Lemon Zest, and number 1 would be Gary.
Okay.
I love Gary mango.
Wow, you like the Little Gem that much? I know it's a great late variety, right? But you like it?
Yeah, well, it's a Zill project, right?
Yeah.
That's a great discovery. Any late mango is valuable because it's late.
Yeah. Somebody's asking, when are you going to sell? No, are you going to sell any ice cream mangoes on your site this year?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're planting a lot of seeds right now. And hopefully by the fall, they'll be ready to graft and have them ready very soon after.
When will you have more grafted caimito available on your site?
I think there's Hipólito and some Burgess. My house special variety. I think it's sold out on the website, but I gotta reassess my inventory and then update the website. Hopefully by the end of this week, being like Friday or Saturday.
Okay. We just got a super chat from Joe, and we are limiting on time tonight. So if somebody wants to get their question answered sooner, do a super chat. Thank you so much, Joe, for the super chat. So his question is, I heard a rumor a researcher in California may have found a cure for citrus greening disease. I'm skeptical, but even so, do you know of any progress being made?
You know, I used to graft a lot of citrus back in the 90s with my dad, and we had a plethora of citrus here. have everything you can imagine. And my dad loves citrus. So, yeah, we stopped selling citrus back in the late 90s. We had to stop. And citrus greening and citrus canker and all these other problems have they've come a long way because they have strains, they have varieties, new varieties of citrus that are resistant to the citrus greening. So pretty much that means we have to forget about the old varieties and adopt all of these new varieties that are resistant. But as far as a cure to the virus, that's very big. That's very big. Because if you can cure a virus for citrus, maybe you can cure a virus for humans.
Okay. Well, Joe, thank you for the super chat, and I hope that answered your questions. We got a question from Mo J. Says, any Mexican varieties of mangoes worth growing? Many have mentioned Manolita. What's your take?
Well, there's Ataulfo mango. That one, I think is the champagne mango, also known as, which is really nice. And then there's the Oro mango, which is kind of a small side. And then there's the Philippine mango. Now, everybody thinks the Philippine mango is a Cuban variety, but it's not. It's actually originally from Mexico. Well, not originally. It's originally from the Philippines, but it's a seedling from Mexico that was from the Philippines, I guess. It's an Indo-Chinese mango, obviously. But that one was made very, very popular in Cuba. And everybody knows in Cuba that one was brought in from Mexico. So I think that I would definitely have a Philippine mango in my collection.
Okay. Somebody's asking about caimito. Do your caimitos get worms?
You know, at kind of like towards the end of the season, there is some kind of fruit fly that goes on the stem of the fruit and bores their way in when the fruit is almost getting ripe. So they do lay eggs around the stem area, like almost superficially, just a little bit under the skin, and they manage to hatch and everything. So it's easy to spot. The stem sometimes cracks in half right down the middle, and there's also the evidence of the insect with the bores, the holes that they make. So it's easy to spot when you do have it, and I guess the solution to that would be, spraying. You would have to spray.
What would you spray to prevent that, or that's another?
You may have to use something like Tallstar to reduce the population.
Okay, so how are your farm with your caimitos? Has this become a common issue, or do you just see it occasionally?
Occasionally.
Okay, but they're easy to spot, you're saying?
Yeah, very easy to spot.
Okay, we should do a more in-depth video on that so people can identify that.
Right. It's not at the point of plaguing the fruit, but they do exist. But it's not very, very common.
Okay. All right. Another question is, have you considered selling fresh seeds like jackfruit on your online store?
Like selling seeds?
Yeah.
No, I haven't considered that yet. It's just another chore, to be honest. I don't know if it's that lucrative either with what I have. What's lucrative is, you have a spot in Brazil and you're collecting all these rare Eugenias and rare Anonas and rare Garcinias and rare this and rare that. That could be lucrative. But selling jackfruit seeds,
Okay, I want to remind everybody too. Amazing, amazing. I'm a health food eater, and I seek the highest quality of all foods. In the summertime, especially, Julian makes a dehydrated fruit mix of his fruit, and he does sell that, and that's amazing. So remember that, because when those bags come out, they go fast, and they're definitely worth it. It tastes like no other dried fruit mix you've ever had. So remember that, everybody. And I'll be doing a video when that comes out again.
And I'm going to be doing a lot of jackfruit dehydrating. That is my favorite right there. And let me tell you, I go overboard sometimes, and I eat a lot of dry jackfruit, and the consequence is just a lot of gas. My God.
I have
The
two.
best.
I have two friends that actually freeze drying now jackfruit, and it's
I
amazing.
think that's that's the if for like preserving the nutrition. I think that's the way to go.
Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. Freeze drying.
yeah.
Dehydrating does take away some of the nutrition.
Yeah. Somebody's
You know that.
asking, do your lychee trees that you sell fruit of have the mite?
There has been mite. There has been mite on my mother trees, but immediately, as soon as we detect anything, we remove all the affected leaves. We practically, give the tree a haircut, and then we spray it down with sulfur, with micronized sulfur or liquid sulfur. And I like to use 3 to 4 tablespoons per gallon of water, nice and strong, and spray the tree every 2 to 3 weeks. And that acts as a repellent. It doesn't kill them, but they hate it. And then after that, just keep your eyes on it, because the new growth, the new leaf growth, is the most susceptible to the mite, because that's what they like to eat. It's nice, soft lettuce. So that's what we have to take care of. As soon as they start sprouting again, we have to spray the sulfur, and it's very effective.
Okay. Another question is, how good is Hacia Sapodilla?
Cassia is the biggest one. I mean, I think it may be bigger than butterscotch. And it's a low grain. It has like a red flesh at the tip. Beautiful. It's a showstopper. It's one of the pillars of Sapodilla. Cassia, Tikal, Molix, and then the new pillar, butterscotch. So those are the pillars.
Okay. I'm seeing some really good questions. So we're gonna hopefully we'll get them all in tonight. But thank you for your questions, everybody. If you really want to get them first, the question, the super chat's open as well. Somebody says, when is the best time of year to gather budwood and best time to graft it?
For mango?
They didn't say, so I guess.
Generally, well, I like to pick the material from newly sprouted scions or budwood, whatever that's growing on the tree, newly sprouted. And as soon as they harden up, okay, they don't have to harden up all the way. As soon as they're not flexible anymore, okay, they're ready to graft. And then that's the kind of material I look for. Something that's newly sprouted and that's hardened up.
Okay. Another question is, if I planted an M4, should I bother with sugarloaf, coconut cream, or pineapple pleasure due to alleged similar flavors?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if they taste like M4, M4 kind of like Gary, or orange sherbet, or sugarloaf, kind of similar. But there's people that'll tell you, no, that's not true. They're all, oh my God, this one tastes like this to me, and this one tastes like that. Oh no. But for someone else, they all taste the same. So you'd have to, figure that out and see what you think, because at the end of the day, everybody has their own palate. But yeah, they're similar. They're similar in taste. So I don't know. I mean, I like sugarloaf. and I've tried them before, and it's you know, kind of different consistencies, I guess they have. Consistency is really a big deal for me. I mean, the consistency of a Kent mango is just phenomenal. Oh my God. Or consistency of a Jakarta mango. It's just, I love the consistency and the resin behind the skin. You know, not all mangoes, you know, do that.
So I would say that, yeah, even though if it tastes the same, M4 is the latest of the season of those mangoes you've mentioned. So if you want to expand your season, if you like that flavor, definitely plant the other ones, because like coconut cream is earlier to mid season. So if you want that season to last, then yeah, it's not, M4 is the latest of those. So even if you like it, I'd say, yeah, if you like that flavor, definitely plant one of those other ones.
You know, I have almost 30 cultivars to choose from on my website of fruit for mangoes. And the first one to fly off the shelf was coconut cream. In the beginning, I just had 26 cultivars to choose from. And the one that sold out, coconut cream. So there's a huge market or curiosity for the coconut cream mango. So I've mailed them out already. And so far, so good.
The big part of it too is the name, which is an amazing name for a mango. And again, if you're having this question about taste, and if you like the way it tastes, and if you want to know the way something tastes, the service that Julian offers, where you could order these mangoes, amazing. Because if I'm looking to plant a mango trees, I want to taste them first, I'm gonna order them. So order them, and then you could decide firsthand. So you're not going by somebody else's word. Another question is, do you ship your trees to Canada?
No, I don't. I'm not there yet. But hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. I have to do some research on that. And let's say by the end of the year.
Okay. Another one is it safe to root prune mamey?
I'm not a fan of root pruning fruit trees, but only if you're removing it from the ground. If you have an old mamey tree and you want to move it to another location, then the only way to do it would be by root pruning around the tree, like pretty much digging a trench around the tree first, and then leave it alone after that for like maybe a week or so, let it recover, and then uproot it completely after that with, I guess, a crane or something, a special crane.
Okay. Well, everybody, we're going to go for about 15 more minutes because we started a little bit late. And I just want to respect Julian's time and his family's time. So we're only going to keep it to an hour, but we're going to go 15 more minutes. So get those questions in, and definitely watch out for more future videos with Julian. I just uploaded one today or yesterday about if you're ordering a tree from him, because he ships the trees, and how to take care of the tree and so on. So it was an excellent video. People loved it. So somebody's asking, what are some Mamey Sapote young tree care tips, particularly for 10A inland neighbors?
Well, you know, if it gets too cold at night during the winter, you may have to cover it up. Also, very important to make sure it has plenty of water during those cold nights. And other than that, you know, plant the tree with the same dirt you dug out when you made the hole. Don't add any potting soil in the hole, because potting soil is just for pots, not for planting trees in the ground. So whatever you dig out, sand, rock, whatever, put it back in the hole. And you know, water it after that, one really good, and then don't water it again until you stick your finger in the ground and feel that it's dry again. So if you stick your finger and it's moist, wet, that means it doesn't need water. It's common sense, but you know, a lot of people like to water the trees on a schedule, and that doesn't work for a newly planted tree. You have to water as needed. And what does that mean? It means when it needs water. How do you know that? You stick your finger in the ground, you buy a moisture meter, another way to do it, and check the moisture before you water. And when it's time to water, doesn't hurt to get some Miracle Grow. Get a couple of tablespoons of Miracle Grow in the water, mix it up in a gallon, and pour it on the roots when it's time to water, because it's going to be thirsty and it's going to want to drink whatever you give it. And if it has Miracle Grow in it, you're gonna receive it immediately.
Okay. Somebody's asking if they anyone knows someone who sends cuttings to Mexico.
Somebody who sells cuttings to Mexico. No, I would imagine you would need an import permit from Mexico for it to get through, and then a FIDO and all that mess. Like a can of worms.
If anyone in the chat knows someone, just post it to the chat. Another question is, where do they sell sunrise mango trees? Do you sell sunrise mango trees?
Yeah, I think I have them in a 1 gallon on the website. I'm not really sure, but you can take a look and see if it's available.
Okay. Another question. I hear East Indian mango doesn't do well in South Florida. I was thinking about pulling out my 1-year-old for a sugarloaf. Is this a good switch?
I'm saying if you like the flavor of East Indian, I would recommend a Timor or a Jakarta as a substitute that is better adapted to the inland climate. Now, yeah, East Indian does get a lot of disease on the skin, but that all depends where you live. If you live, close to the ocean, you're going to be okay. But the farther inland you are, you're going to have a lot of issues with disease with East Indian. So if you like sugarloaf, go for it. But if you want something to substitute your East Indian that tastes very similar, maybe even better, Timor or the Jakarta.
Okay. Best restaurant takeout in the Homestead area for a day trip to Fruit and Spice Park with my family.
Best takeout place?
Restaurant / takeout.
If you like Mexican food, there's a lot of places in Homestead. It's a really good, authentic one. But there's one that I always go to. It's on Campbell Drive, maybe about less than a quarter mile from Prom Avenue on Campbell, on the east side of Prom Avenue. Next, across the street from Miami-Dade Community Campus, Community College, Homestead campus. Across the street, it's next to a vet's office. Forgot the name, but it's a really small place, and they have, you tell them what you want. I want this taco, that taco, al pastor, or this, or burrito, and then they have like a buffet of condiments that is just mind blowing. So you can find it.
Yeah, my answer is, if you're going to be in Homestead on a family trip with the best fruit in the world, go to Lara Farms to get some of the fruit. A Mamey is better than any taco you can find.
Oh, you know what I did with some of my paste? I had some ripe paste, and I cut them in slices and I froze them. And those slices taste like ice cream, Paul. It's just like ice cream.
Wow.
100% natural, no sugar added. It tastes like ice cream. Oh, let me get one.
Okay, well, he's getting out. I hope you're really all enjoying this, and we'll do this more. We're actually going to do another stream with Alex from Tropical Acres Farms coming up here soon, and some other people that I've been interviewing. So, wow, that's frozen?
Frozen.
Wow.
Let me tell you, man, this stuff is spectacular.
Now you froze it with the skin, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the skin's not edible. The skin's not edible, is it?
No, it's not edible, but it peels. It peels pretty easy once it thaws out a little bit.
Okay.
But you can eat it like this.
Wouldn't it be better to freeze without the skin so you could throw it in a smoothie or something?
Too much work.
Okay.
It's very manageable. It's very easy. This is the way to go.
Now you got Paste Mamey. It's in season right now, and you can order it on your website, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be probably over in a few weeks.
Man, I gotta get down there. I gotta get one before the season ends. Another
And
one.
then we're gonna have a Pantene.
Yep. Yep.
That one's gonna start in July.
All right, another question. I have our tufo seedlings. Should I let them grow or attempt to graft orange essence? Zone 9B, Santa Cruz, California.
What kind of fruit?
A tufio, the ones that they have at the Whole
Oh,
Foods and stuff.
Oh,
A
okay.
tufo.
I think that's Richard's mango from that he's growing over there in Mexico.
Well, that's the common one, I think, in the stores that they sell, in the health food stores.
Grow it from seed, see what happens. I don't think they'll be too much different. It may take about 8 to 10 years to fruit, but if you know how to graft it on a branch. Now we can have 2 different mangoes.
Yeah, good idea. Best tasting dwarf Sapodilla for a small yard.
The macaque or South Woods.
Macaque or Solace wood. Okay. When up potting a mango tree, what mix do you use at your farm?
I have my own custom blend, man. Has Canadian peat, sand, cypress sawdust, cypress wood chips, perlite, compost, coconut fiber. It's, I'm trying to, something similar to Pro Mix, something light, something that drains really well. Because Florida peat is the cheapest one. And that one, doesn't dry up really fast. And then there's Canadian peat. Canadian peat dries really nice. It's very fluffy and it dries. And then the crown jewel of all peats is the German peat. And that's like unattainable. You spend a lot of money for that, but it's not worth it. So I'm happy with Canadian peat. And that gives me that Pro Mix effect. I don't know if you understand that, but that's what I try to pursue. Something that's very light and dries fast, especially for small containers. When you're dealing with a large container, it doesn't matter. You can use Florida peat.
Right.
Mix with Florida peat.
Have you considered selling cuttings, budwood for more popular mango varieties or other fruit trees?
No, not at this time.
Okay. Somebody said, I ordered a hog plum red. I put it in a cactus mix. It's thriving, but do you have any advice as far as watering and fertilization?
Miracle Grow. I mean, I recommend 20-20-20 fertilizer. It could be Peters 20-20-20. It could be Miller, Segagagi, all these brands. You can use Miracle Grow, all-purpose Miracle Grow, and that's pretty much the go-to fertilizer for establishing a tree or for nursing a nutrient deficient tree. It's pretty much the IV for plants. And it's good for almost everything except for mango. The mangoes don't like nitrogen. So it can possibly burn the tree, the mango. And what mangoes like, is minor elements and iron and potassium.
Okay. Please advise which, if any, mangoes would grow well in Santa Barbara, California.
32 degrees is the limit. If it gets colder than 32 degrees Fahrenheit, that means you have to take measures to protect it. And what are those measures? Making a greenhouse or bringing them inside the house and, bringing it back outside when it's warm again. Those will be the type of measures you have to take if it goes below 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay. What's up with Jamaican mangoes?
What's up with
Jamaican mangoes?
Oh no, man! That's because man, Jamaica, they have some good mangoes. over there in Jamaica, and they love it when they see it. So mention you want to make a friend from Jamaica, just say, hey man, I love Julie Mango. Julie Mango is the best. Will be your friend forever. No, but I'm serious. You surprise people. You tell, oh, my favorite mango is East Indian. They're like, what? You know about East Indian? Like, yeah, of course.
Okay. Somebody's saying, will be used to predict new cultivars hundreds of generations ahead. Which new trees may exist in the future? Well, that's just, who knows, right?
Well, what new types of Zill mangoes will come from the future?
Just didn't even say mangoes. It says predict what new cultivars hundreds of generations ahead. Which new trees may exist in the future?
I mean, the crown jewel of mangoes back in the 90s and in the 80s was Tommy Atkins, Hayden, Kit, Kent. Those were the crown jewels. And then a little bit later we have the Carey, the Glen, and Valencia Pride. Yeah, it's just mangoes just get better and better and better and better throughout the years. And who knows what will come of mangoes 20 years from now, 50 years from now, what kind of mangoes are we going to be talking about, or they're going to be talking about. But yeah, it's really interesting how these mangoes are imitating other flavors. It's truly nature imitating nature. How do mangoes know that there's coconuts? How do mangoes know that there's peaches? How do they know that there's lemons? And they're imitating the flavors of all these other kind of fruits. So it's really interesting.
Do you know anything about Kwani mango? KWENI. KWENI. So they're saying it's Magafria Orieta. So I think it's the mango cousin.
Oderata.
Yeah.
Oderata mango. Well, it's just a mango species.
Yeah.
So they're inquiring about mango species.
Well, they said, do you know anything about it? Have you ever tried it?
And what was the name again?
KWENI.
Queenie mango?
Yeah.
Queenie mango. That's a Jamaican mango?
No, this is another question for someone else.
Oh, never heard of it.
Okay. Let's see. Does the no nitrogen apply? Does the no nitrogen apply to potted mango trees, or should you keep it minimal?
No nitrogen, what?
Does no nitrogen apply to potted mango trees as well? As you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Apply to that as well. I mean, there's enough nitrogen in the potting soil for the mango to get on their own. They're very good at getting it. They're very efficient at finding nitrogen. But a little bit doesn't hurt. If you really want to feed it nitrogen, I mean, I guess a little bit wouldn't hurt. But they're known. I mean, it's just a good idea just to stay with the 0022 for a potted plant.
Okay.
And it's a tablespoon per foot of height.
Okay. When is improved pollock going to be available for purchase in 3 or 1 gallon sizes?
Hopefully very soon. I'm going to update the website probably tomorrow, and it should be on it. Hopefully it will be on it. If it's not, it shouldn't take long. It should take about another couple of weeks because we're constantly grafting that thing.
I just up potted mine. It's looking great. It's drooping along the side, looking great. I'm gonna do a video.
Weeping willow. It's the weeping willow of avocados.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody's asking me, am I coming to the Spice Garden in Homestead the end of this month? Is there an event or something happening?
Yeah, I think there's an event.
You're speaking at it, right?
No. I'm speaking. I'm going to be speaking on a Saturday at the International Mango Festival at Fairchild Gardens in the auditorium on Saturday, and I think Richard may speak on Sunday.
Now, besides you guys speaking, I heard last year there was only like a handful of mangoes to taste. Like people weren't impressed. I don't know how it's going to be this year, but what do you think about the selection they had, or did you even see the selection they had for people to try?
I didn't even see it. I just showed up. At the auditorium and walked around, ate some food from the food trucks. I guess I didn't get there early enough. You have to get there early, guys.
Okay. Well, I don't know what this event is, this Spice Garden event, but please email me the information because I'm definitely interested. So
I was told that our friend Alex is going to be there as a speaker.
Interesting.
Of some sort. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's called Mango Madness at the Fruit Spice Park, and it sounds like a great time.
Okay, very cool. I'll have to look into
and if
that.
you go, if you go, I'll definitely go with you.
Nice. Okay. What Florida avocado has the highest oil content?
Florida avocado, highest avocado oil content. Man, what do you think about do you still remember the improved pollock? The oil content on the improved pollock?
Yeah, but I'd have to. I mean, that was amazing. But I mean,
the memory you have of it is amazing. Now
I got the video too.
Yeah. Now that avocado was very pleasant. It was very pleasant avocado.
I would say the Campong, no?
Sorry?
Campong is,
yeah, it has a lot of oil. Hall. I don't know if you ever tried.
Oh, excellent.
Hall.
Excellent. Yes.
Oh my God. That is
excellent.
Oro Negro. I mean, that's kind of a hybrid.
Oro Negro for sure. I mean, from a oil standpoint, I think.
And then there's the Simmons. That's, home run. That's a home run Simmons. And let me see what else.
The most oily avocado I've tasted in Florida, unfortunately, it doesn't ripen even for me, was Winter Mexican.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so much oil, but it doesn't ripen evenly for me.
For the first time, and I think I told you, for the first time in my life, my Winter Mexican tree made fruit that ripened evenly. And I was blown away. I love that avocado. Oh my God. And it's never ripened evenly for me. Never.
Why'd you even keep it though, all those years? Why'd you even keep it like that long? Just because
for the seeds. Because those seeds are cold hardy rootstock, make cold hardy rootstocks.
Well, while we're talking about avocados, the next question is what's the best tasting avocado to grow in South Florida? And I would say the ones we just mentioned is your answer. All the high oil ones are excellent.
Ronnie is super high oil. Super.
I had Ronnie this year. I had Ronnie and Campong and Oro Negro. And
Ronnie tastes good even when it's early.
Yeah.
In January, it already tastes good. But if you leave it on the tree all the way to May, oh my God.
Yeah, now Oro Negro, there's an issue with that because sometimes it's alternate bearing. Sometimes, I mean, has that been your experience or no?
Sometimes what?
It's alternate bearing, because I know Alex had a tree. Every year is loaded, and then last year he didn't get one on there.
Oh well, when they sometimes they need a year to recover.
Yeah, so
I really don't know. I haven't really paid attention.
But tasting wise, the ones we mentioned are the way to go, and people are so deceived to think Florida avocados are watery because they are if you don't get them the right ones, but they're amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and people want the small avocado, the Haas. And I'm like, bro, why do you want a Haas when you can have a Simmons? It's like Haas times 10.
Yeah. Yep. All right, we got about 10 more questions. Then we're gonna shut it down. So we want to respect Julian's time with his family. So we're gonna take 10 more questions here. If somebody has a pressing question and you want to get it sooner, do the super chat. But we'll go faster too, so maybe we can get a little bit more in. But somebody says, when I visited Cuba, I tried mango moro, Morro. Have you heard of this?
No,
Okay, that was from Cuba.
never heard of mango moro.
Somebody's saying, what's the
It's a
best pot?
Spanish name.
Yeah, they were in Cuba, and they said it was the best tasting mango they had.
Oh, a mango moro from Cuba. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So what is the best potting mix for mango and other tropical fruit trees?
Promix with perlite.
Okay. Lots of discussions on wood chips killing plants.
Yeah, that's why I use cypress, because cypress wood chips they don't rot, they don't deteriorate, they don't make fungus. Pay a lot of money for that. And to buy the wood chips and the sawdust from cypress.
Okay. Why don't you sell cocktail mangoes trees? And I think you do now, right? Or you have some or no?
Yeah, I had top worked some 25-gallon trees with some newer varieties, and the underneath the top worked grafts, there's the original tree growing. Some are Valkyrie, some are Zill, other varieties, and and then I grafted like Maha Chinook or Angie or coconut cream or the other one, orange essence on top of those. So, but just a handful. I really don't do those a lot. But people have been asking for that. People have been asking, so I'll look into it a little bit more.
Okay. Opinions on white Paris mango. A favorite of many I've heard.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I haven't tried one. I haven't tried one yet.
Amazing flavor. Absolutely amazing. So
I have to go to my friend's house where he has it. So I'm gonna have to go pay him a visit and see if
yeah,
try
very
one of
good
those.
flavor. Very good flavor. It's tricky though in the growing of it. It's a collector's mango, they say, right? So
Yeah, well, he has it. My friend has it on a tree with 80 different mangoes on it. Remember my friend Daniel?
yes, yeah, amazing guy. I got a film there. That's a good idea. Have you heard of cannonball fruit? And is it possible to grow in Florida, in South Florida?
Cannonball fruit. Is there another name for that? I
No,
think I've
that's what
heard
it's
of it.
called. I've actually seen them. It does grow here because I was at this place called Unbelievable Acres or Amazing Acres. It's like a rainforest in West Palm Beach, and they had the cannonball fruit. So I know it definitely grows here. You can see my video on that, but I don't think it's
Okay.
edible. I don't think it's edible. Just like the big ball. I think elephants might eat it or something, but
Dude, I have a China jackfruit on one of my trees that's really high up and must weigh, no joke, like 90 pounds or something.
a China.
Yeah.
I thought they're small.
So
I mean,
this
are
one's
yours normally that big
there's small ones and there's some big ones
on the same tree?
on the same tree.
Wow. 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 Okay. I'm gonna roll through like 5 more questions. When will you have Tito avocado plants for sale or Fernandez custard apple?
And what was the first one?
Tito avocado?
Tito. Tito. Did they change the name of Tito?
No, Tito avocado.
I don't know. And nobody knows about that avocado. I don't know. Probably sooner than later. But the Fernandez, I'll probably have that in like probably 4 or 6 weeks.
Okay.
Fernandez custard apple.
Okay, let's see. Will Florida mango trees and scions grow in Southern California?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does Julian do mango tastings?
I try to give people mango tastings all the time.
Okay, let's see. Have you ever tried the new watermelon splash mango from
No, no, but I love the name.
it's coming out. It's going to be available for tasting at Zill's, and I should be tasting in a couple of weeks. Hopefully, when it comes out, they're gonna let me video about it. So, but yeah, they said they'll have it for tasting, and they have another one now. Now Zill's has another one out that I just did a video with. But yeah, it's a great name, but we haven't had that yet.
Oh yeah, the other one that tastes like coconut.
Yeah. So that's gonna be exciting. All right. What's the best avocado for zone 9?
Where's that?
Zone 9 would be more North Florida, I would think. Southern Georgia, possibly.
Oh Lord, you'd have to go with
I'd say
Day
Brockton
avocado.
or any of those cold ones. What?
Maybe Day. I think Brogdon might not be able to handle that cold.
Yeah, day avocado. Somebody said day avocado.
Yeah, Day.
All right.
Even though
Well,
it's not that good.
yeah. Even though what?
Even though Day avocado is not that good.
What? I mean, everyone's telling me it's the best one.
Day?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. People's palates.
Wow. I mean, that's the one avocado I haven't tasted, but everyone tells me that's one of the best tasting ones out there. Yeah. So that's
maybe
interesting.
maybe I got an early one, a premature one.
Yeah, no, I hear great things about it, and it's one I'm looking to tasting because I know
Yeah,
a lot of
that
people that
on
have
a
them.
winter Mexican rootstock.
Yeah. Well, you got so many fans here, Julian. Everyone's saying how much they appreciate your service. So we thank you, and we'll do this again. If everyone liked this, just let us know in the comments below the video, not just on the side chat. And again, I'll put the link to Julian's website below this video after this once it posts, or it's under there now actually. And
Yeah.
if you have any other questions, post them below. Thank you, Julian, so much for your time tonight, and I look forward to doing more videos with you.
I love what I do. Let everybody know I love what I do. This is what I love. Got the carry, got the Glen here. I got the dots. I've been eating so many dots. I got so many dots from my tree. I refuse to sell them because I love this mango. And then here's the Timor. Love the Timor. And here's the Cushman mango. Here's another Timor. But yeah, I love what I do. Let me tell you, and the people that watch us are the best people in the world. You want to meet good people, go into the world of tropical fruit. You'll find the best people in the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, man. I just had a ST Maui and a Phoenix fruit yesterday, and they're both absolutely amazing.
Bro, to me, the ST Maui tastes like a green guava
Yeah.
and a mango mixed together.
Yeah.
No,
Amazing.
nature imitating nature at its finest.
Amazing.
And then they have the guava mango. The guava mango tastes like ripe guava and mango mixed together.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. Have you had the apricot mango?
No.
Yeah, it tastes exactly like an apricot. It's amazing.
Where's that one from?
Walter Zill found it and he propagated it, and Alex has one.
Wow. So
yeah, it tasted more closely than any other fruit resembling it. It tasted just like an apricot. It's amazing.
I love that flavor.
Yeah, that mango you got to get. It's really amazing.
Wow.
Yes. All right. Well, we're going to let you go, man, so you can have time for your family. I know it's late. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We'll do it again, and I'll get down there in a couple of weeks and make some more videos. If you want to see all the videos I made with Julian, go to my website, my channel, Fruitful Trees, and we've done a bunch of videos together, and we're going to be doing a lot more. and I got so many ideas, and I'm listening to all your comments, and we're going to be doing a lot more. And I'm excited about just going down there, and it's worth the drive. So keep up the great work, Julian. It's great to know you and everything you're doing. And thank you to everybody that's watching this channel. And please subscribe and share this with others, because we got so many videos coming up. I'm going to be traveling to Central Florida in the next couple of weeks and doing some videos up there. And if you have a yard in South Florida or somewhere, anywhere in Florida, and you'd like me to come and film and check it out, just email me. I'll put my email address below. And Julian, thank you so much. Your link will be below the video. Check it out, LaraFarmsMiami.com. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, everybody.